Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. Another incredible day for Team India. Trailing by 83 runs, they got England all out for 218, and then in reply, scoring 135 for one. Kuldeep Yadav picking up 5 wickets, Ashwin picking up 4 wickets in his 100th Test match. Incredible achievement. It was great spin bowling. At one point, it looked like England got off to a flyer 100 for one. That turned to 100 for two, then 170 for three. फिर एकदम से collapse हो गया. I think from 150, 160 to three, they collapsed to 180 for eight or something like that, and eventually were all out again. There'll be a lot of criticism about baseball, a lot of criticism about shot selection. Although India did bowl really well, England were in such a good position, they could have just worked the singles, be a bit patient and then counter-attack, especially when there was turn on offer. Agar aap dekhe jo delivery Kuldeep Yadav ne dala Zach Crawley ko, and the way Ashwin was building up as well, building pressure, getting the ball to turn on day one. England should have been a bit more sensible. They did commit a bit of harakiri. Yes, not every shot was bad. There were some beautiful deliveries, but still, overall, the way they played, the start that they had, they should have done much better with that. 300 plus to jana tha when you are 100 for one. Zach Crawley, again, getting off to a very good start, but he is finding issues in converting that into big scores. उन्हें जो है भाई 50 तक पहुंच जाता, फिर उसके बाद जो conversion है वो नहीं आ रहा. Like once in a while he'll score 100, but he does struggle when this field spreads out and there's one false shot. That either it's a problem of concentration or just a problem of a lack of awareness of the game. And a lack of strike rotation, because he's still trying to pummel the ball. Sometimes when the field is spread out, that's when you take advantage of it and play a bit more sensibly, a bit more relaxed, patient, and that was thoda missing in this whole series from England. If you see again today, it was totally India's day, but first session mein you would have said कि England got off to a very good start and they're in a very strong position. So throwing away those positions, particularly India के खिलाफ बहुत risky होता है. आप देखो जो स्किल के साथ डाल रहे थे कुलदीप यादव and Ashwin, it's outstanding. Once you give them a sniff, they will capitalize. On day one, spinners picking up 9 wickets. I mean, Kuldeep Yadav, the control which he bowled with, he's pitching in the right areas, he's bowling at a very good pace. Not too many wrong ones, maybe a couple here and there, but he was relying on his mainstream delivery, the stock leg spinner delivery, and he was very patient as well. And some of the balls that he bowled were outstanding, man. Like they were too good. That Zach Crawley delivery, it turned this much. बहुत अच्छी delivery थी वो. And even the same thing can be said with Ashwin. He is a master when it comes to bowling in Indian conditions, and he's proven that 100 matches आप खेल रहे, वो मजाक नहीं है. उसके ऊपर ऐसे आप performances देते जाते. So once you give the opposition a sniff like that, then they will capitalize. And yeah, it looks like India are again in the driver's seat in this test match. If you look at it, yes sir, how are you doing?
Doing good. Day one easy हो गया पूरा यार, पूरा ठंडा मसला हो गया, कुछ भी नहीं रहा यार सीरीज में बैगन. It's just
I mean, yeah,
इधर घर में नहीं हरा सकता.
Look at it from positive way. Like, I mean, Kuldeep has outstanding bowling, on a day one pitch to bowl like that. 5 wicket leg spinner को लेना पहले दिन पे. He started his career in Dharamshala, his test career, and now again he's back. And Dharamshala, we always think कि भाई you play that extra seamer, you get that movement, conditions are cold and it's more like English conditions. वो conditions में जाके आप 5 wicket ले रहे, Ashwin भी 4. I think really good. Yeah, from England's point of view, again, they were in a very good position and they threw it away. A mixture of not being able to convert and also getting some crazy deliveries, man. The way they worked them out today, it was too good. In the second session, that Zach Crawley delivery, that I think completely changed the whole game, because it planted a seed in the head of the batters ki the ball is turning, and that was, I think, for me, the game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kuldeep Yadav, the way he's bowled throughout the series, I mean, he was the main change that they did right after Hyderabad. They brought him in, and he was the one who second test maybe he was the main guy who got the wickets and sort of showed India कि भाई it's not all about off spin. Leg spinners की भी यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, and of course the amount of wickets that he's picked up consistently. He's reached 50 test wickets today. That's a big achievement for him himself. I know आप सब Ashwin की बात करें, 100 test matches, phenomenal. I mean, it was good to see his family in the presentation. बेहतरीन वाइब से, and obviously that ground itself is so beautiful when you're seeing it on TV. इतना मजा आ रहा. Ground खेलना सोचो यार कितना beautiful होगा. And yeah, I mean 50 take wicket for Kuldeep Yadav, 5 for Kuldeep Yadav. मैं समझे Ashwin आके फिर छीन लेता है, एक 5 6 ले लेता है, शायद तेल को साफ करते करते, but luckily they were not enough wickets. But again, if I look at it overall, India, the way their team is right now, the juniors are showing a lot of confidence. Again, Jaiswal, fantastic 50. Again, 3 6s on the trot in and over to Shoaib Bashir. This guy is just next level confidence, and I hope nazar na lage na hamari na kisi ki nazar nahi lagna isko. And Shubman Gill again, the way he came out, he batted pretty well and he looks much more relaxed than what he was after Hyderabad. You could see anxiety थी उसको, अब थोड़ा बहुत आराम से पिच पे खेल ले रहा है, थोड़ा अपना टाइम ले ले रहा है, he's smiling while he's batting, so it's good to see that. And the youngster Sarfaraz Jurel, these guys amazing fielding, Devdutt Patikal, 2 good catches. So I mean India right now look like a very strong, they were already a strong test team, now they look much more stronger despite Virat Kohli. That's the biggest thing, that without Virat Kohli they're a force to reckon.
Yeah, and in home conditions, you give them a sniff and then they will pounce on you. Agar aap dekho, aaj 100 for 1, the opposition is in front of the game, but then they need to basically learn how to work the singles. Build a longer innings. And the thing is, what happens is when the field spread, especially with Zach Rowley, मैं notice कर रहा हूँ, जब भी field spread होता, he struggles to work the singles, be a bit more patient. He can still play strokes, but he tries to clear every single time. It's easier in the beginning when the field is in because he's finding the gaps, the ball is rushing to the boundary. But sometimes you just got to work the singles, be patient, and then you're still scoring runs. It's not like आप एकदम से silent हो जा रहे, आप फिर भी aggressive cricket खेल रहे. You can still play aggressive cricket by taking singles and doubles, but he's not being able to. अगर आप उसका list देख लो in the last 2-3 years, just that conversion which is required, that he's not. Don't get me wrong, he's batting superbly well. Like in these conditions, he's batting so well, but he just needs to take it a tad notch over there. And the rest of the England batsmen as well. Johnny Bairstow, he was looking so good. Again, jaldi mein unhe out ho gaya. And Ben Stokes though is he's just not in form. And Joe Root again, he also. So I mean they did get good deliveries, quite a few of them, and they worked over. I think today was a lot of very good bowling. But again, because of the collapse and everything, you're still going to discuss their Baz wall and all that like that. But overall in the series, if I see, they've just missed out on chances when they've been on the front foot.
Exactly. I think one important thing that आप बोले कि भाई they were playing aggressive and they're not. I think कहीं ना कहीं वो baseball का label कहीं ना कहीं बहुत seriously ले ले रहे that they want to show it, though they are showing it. Even the normal cricket that they're playing, it's a little aggressive. Like Jack Crawley, Bentake, the way they're rotating the strike, or they weren't unnecessarily being aggressive or hitting sixes and stuff, but they were still aggressive in a normal test sense. Like test cricket में आप टुक की आते थे, but Zach Crawley, the shots that he's hitting, coming down the ground, hitting that fantastic six, the cover drive, तो उसका trademark shot हो गया in the first over, always in the cover drive for him. Bentake, his release shot. So these things you're seeing with England, this is generally aggressive for a test match. Now I think कहीं ना कहीं इन लोगों के दिमाग में अरे हम लोग aggressive नहीं हो रहे. I don't know if that's happening or not, but the sense that you're getting that अच्छा खासा खेल रहे, कहीं को आप मार के आउट होना जा रहे भाई. Calm down, you're playing good.
The thing is, it's very difficult to point it out exactly because अब क्या होता when they go into a shell, which we saw in 2021, they lost that way also. जो traditional test cricket रुक के खेल रहे थे, and to get that fine balance against India, it's very difficult. But the only thing is because you're playing aggressive, you got to a certain situation, but also you have to look at the opposition. They also know that you're going aggressive. They also have counter-attacking plans, and it's about playing against those plans and keeping them under the ropes. Keeping them on their feet and on their toes. Keep, bhai, no, these guys are here to play, which they've done on certain occasions. But suddenly, ekdam se un log phisal jate, and look, they're going to learn. It's a learning experience, learning curve. It's very easy to criticize them, and rightly so. You have to criticize them, but it's not like in the last 10 years anybody has come and done anything different in India. Like at least we saw some more competitive games. That's what I could say. But
no, I would say yes, competitive is correct, but you're coming on top. So as a cricket side or as an England test team which has won a lot based on this, whatever template they're playing of baseball, they should know how to put the finisher or pull the trigger. Like you have come in a very, you're stronger right now in certain situations where you can win the test match.
But they haven't
losing it.
But that is the problem, not only in this series. They've had this problem in the last 2 years. If you see New Zealand ke series mein, they should have won that series, right?
But they drew it. I mean, they still drew it. Like my point.
पहला मैच में डिक्लेयर कर दिया था और फिर आप ड्रॉ कर दिया. So they actually have not really executed, like when they've been in strong positions because of the style of play or whatever, they have thrown games. Like I thrown in the sense that they've been in a good position and they've slipped. So that is a tendency. It's a part of their issue. It's a part of a big problem because it's not the first time they've done it.
Yeah, and that's it. That baseball tag is like somewhere lingering around their heads. That अरे हम aggressive नहीं बन रहे. दो आप aggressive दिख रहे television पे सबको. आप थर्ड टेस्ट में भी अच्छे aggressive थे जब बेंडाकेट आपको 200 की लीड दे दिया था या फोर्थ टेस्ट में आपको 200 रन्स का एक स्टार्ट दे दिया उन्हें और कितना aggressive होना आपको. बट वो टैग लिंगर और आज नहीं खेल रहे. हमारी हमारे हिसाब से नहीं खेल रहे, हम हमारे हिसाब से नहीं खेल रहे, तो कहीं ना कहीं आई थिंक वो थोड़ा आप
Also, what's happening, Faiz, is
डाउन.
that as the game progresses, the spinners are coming into play. It's very simple as that. Like like you saw today, एकदम से pitch turn जब शुरू करना
या
हुआ,
या
it
वो तो है,
becomes like no
वो
matter what
मुश्किल
you
है.
do, if you defend or thing, and that's where you have to credit India and their bowlers. And I mean, like Kuldeep Yadav, the main the thing that he has over the other spinners is that he can get the ball to turn on any surface at a good and he's improved his pace as well. Agar aap dekhe, he's bowling at a quicker speed, so there's less reaction time for the batsman, and he's getting the ball to turn also, like more than Jadeja, more than Ashwin. So he is creating those wicket-taking opportunities and is causing a lot of difficulty because so many times England have done so well against the new ball because look, these faster bowlers, they play them in tougher conditions in England where it's swinging and stuff. But then when push comes to shove, when the ball is turning, when the ball is thing, आप पिछला मैच ले लो, पिछला मैच में England batted well in the first innings, second innings they completely collapsed. Ball started turning and then Kuldeep worked his magic, so did Ashwin Jadeja. So that's when they've been struggling as well. It's simple as that. That the Indian spinners have really gotten the
100%,
better.
they're bowling out of their skin. Bilkul, like I've been, देखो Jadeja, Ashwin, and all of these guys, I completely agree. But certain times they've also been on top, like of these spinners, where the spinners have got into a rut. ऐसा एकदम से आप downhill चला रहे. But in those situations also, you see they just hit like miss hitting or they're just going like. For example, like iski wicket, iski thi jo ne like Ben Duckett's wicket itself, he hit it across the spin. When you know the ball is starting to turn, why would you risk those shots? You could play a much longer inning, but that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's just in certain situation. Yes, I understand कि भाई ball कब turn होता आप नहीं predict कर सकते, but आपको जब मालूम है कि अब ये हो गया, यहाँ पे इन लोगों को थोड़ी respect दो, थोड़ा spinners को आप आराम से let it settle down a bit. But you're trying to go again unnecessary. But you're on a good start, you're on a good lead, like 40 or 44 no loss or something. You're doing these things that unnecessarily you're just adding pressure, and then now like you said, one wicket falls, then the other people who are coming in, they start thinking अरे भाई ये बहुत ज्यादा tough है. So I mean, yeah, I mean certain delivery like Zach Crawley की wicket ये वो है बेहतरीन bowling थी, वो तो आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते. But
Because
again, I
look,
still think there were like
Australia जो
places
है,
where England just threw it away very badly.
basically, like if they play kind of like Australia, you're saying they have a better chance. But the thing is, that's the thing, right? That's where it boils down to. Now Australia, they play traditional test. They play the perfect test cricket model, right? Like this kind of team. They play according to the situation. They play when needed to be aggressive. Cameron Green will hit. When not, they will defend as well. They'll place 300 deliveries. But what was the end result? They lost. So that's why England went with that mentality. Ki, bhai, we're going to play aggressive. We're going to play aggressive. That's the thing, and it didn't turn out. But again, in the last 10 years, whatever style of cricket you played in India, it's been a failure.
I had no problem with the mentality that it's just like certain time when you're on top, you be a little bit more protective, right? Like in that thing, we're not able to, at least I wasn't able to see from
Now you
England that
see,
they
you remember
respected those situations.
2017. You remember 2017. Australia are on top in that series. They win 1-0 in Pune.
Yeah.
They get that lead. Smith scores 100. They go into Bangalore and they put India in a position where Australia just have to chase 180. They have to chase 180. They played traditional test cricket. Ashwin ran through them. They were defending bold, defending bold, and they lost the series. So my point is to your point, ki even when you're trying to be in a when you're in a strong position and you're trying to win in India, whatever style you implement, it becomes difficult. You remember that series, right? The one where Virat Kohli and all.
Up to this point, then the thing is that maybe England or Sena countries, what I when a few days ago I asked you, like you'd see that they haven't, except Nathan Lyon probably in Australia and like Zampa maybe to an extent, sometimes they've been dangerous, but Sena countries, like they need to start developing spinners that can actually start bowling in Indian conditions. Maybe then they need to look at that.
It is difficult. Right?
Because Bashir bowled decently, but like Hartley, bichara, he has to learn a lot. He's new. Rehan Ahmed to chale gaya bichara. But now I think these countries, if they're coming to India in the last 10 years, आप बोले irrespective of what template they play, defensive आप खेलो, aggressive आप खेलो, आप defensive and aggressive का perfect balance भी ला दो, तो आप नहीं कर पाते. यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम वही है, like Lion effective है spinning में in India, and we've seen that he's been fantastic. But apart from that,
प्रॉब्लम कहाँ रहा मालूम? प्रॉब्लम यहाँ आ रहा है कि अश्विन और जडेजा और कुलदीप जो भी स्पिनर हैं, उन लोग they're getting wickets at a very faster rate, which is very difficult for anybody to do. Now you flip the argument and you see India. What have they done in Sena countries apart from winning in Australia in the last 10 years? What have they done? Like in your recollection, have they won any series of note apart from the Gabba and the other Australia?
But at least India has an outlet where they can get the ball to swing. They have Siraj who can bowl the river. Like they have.
But it's not good enough, right? You lose still 4-1, 4-0.
यहाँ तो debutants चले आ रहे. यहाँ पे I'm just saying there's no process where you see.
मतलब result तो वही है. रिजल्ट तो वही आ रहा आपका, राइट? लाइक वो भी आप 4-1 हार रहे हैं, आप साउथ अफ्रीका 20 से 2-1 हार रहे थे, लाइक
या वो
यहाँ
तो
पे
बुरा था।
लाइक
या
जो था 1-1 था, यू डिडंट विन। इंग्लैंड में जाके आप एक सीरीज 2-2 करे, एक सीरीज आप 4-1 हारे अंडर विराट कोहली's कैप्टनसी। So like that is so like when you're going in these challenging conditions, always going to be difficult. But the main thing what they have, like, it's very difficult. You have to understand that even when a quality spinner like Nathan Lyon goes, we had Graham Swan and thing, but when
yeah.
Ashwin, Jadeja, and Kuldeep, when they get their rhythm, it becomes very difficult. How did India lose the first Test match? Because Ashwin, Jadeja, and Akshar Patel didn't get wickets at a regular interval.
Right.
Like that's just one point I'm making, but it's a very important point in my opinion. कि यहाँ पे इंडिया सीरीज आपको हराती स्पिनरों के साथ in terms of doesn't matter the quality of the others, he can be as thing, but because as a unit they will just keep picking wickets at a rate which becomes very like difficult for you to keep up with.
Yeah, I mean, फिर भी I think they should.
आप देखो
Then
Ashwin
वैसा
एक
लगा
बार भी
like it's just become के सब अपने घर में सब शेरा हैं, but then across overseas learning.
yeah, I mean, that's what it is. That is exactly what it is.
That's sad to see that. Like you need to start.
I mean, sad in the sense that, like, of course, you don't want, no one goes with the intention of losing. No one goes in.
Yeah, but like if you're looking at the last 10 years, everybody just winning at home. No one.
I think apart from
I mean, Australia, they won in England, so I'll have to go to them.
Even then, Australia is the only team who came close, like in India and in England and stuff. But there's like away from home, every team struggles. Like it is like that. And look, somewhere down the line, we have to also look at India and like praise them, because if this was 2-2, which it really could have been in the last Test match, there would be a lot of criticism about Rohit Sharma. You cannot play around Virat Kohli, this and that, and you have to praise India. Ki bhai, with missing so many big players, KL Rahul, aapke Shreyas Iyer, Ishan Kishan, Bumrah didn't play in the last Test match, but despite all that, you put up a very, very good performance.
वो youngsters को लेके तो जो जीते definitely that's
it's a very good like.
But yeah, for England again, like Ben Stokes, very poor, very very poor. I mean, yes, captaincy has been decent in situations where he has to make field change, but the batting has been just like he's like he's able to play clutch in England stuff. He's able to grind it out, but India में तो पूरा experience के साथ he looks very scared from the turn. He looks very scared of the turn.
Yes, Ibrahim Bhai has some comments. We'll just take those. Kuldeep, the star of the day, along with Ashwin, definitely. What are your thoughts on Rohit Sharma comment before the match that maybe Ben Duckett didn't see fun bat for India in Test? It's a valid comment. He said you should watch him because I think Duckett said Jaiswal is looking at us and learning. Tomorrow, DC will have their eyes on the CSA T20 Challenge match. Warriors versus Tuskers as Nokia makes its return cricket. And I think also some Sunriser players are playing there too, right? Markram and Janssen are also going to play that CSA T20 Challenge. So yeah, and the Sunrisers jersey is now the same as the T21, black and orange.
Yeah, the graphics on it.
Announced that. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, England, so like what they at least. I mean, yes, it's been an entertaining series and stuff, but yeah, it's just been very bad for Ben Stokes. Ollie Pope also after the first test कहीं छुप गया उन्हें बेचारा, he's not been able to think. And आज तो shot खेलने आया ऐसे pitch पे, like that just didn't make sense. He came down the pitch and that one ball before Churel told him कि भाई आगे बढ़ने वाला है. Kuldeep को he said आगे बढ़ के आएगा देख लेना, and then he just.
Did you hear Kuldeep in the post match? He said I didn't hear him say that. I don't know, but I heard it on the stump mic that he said
yeah, he did. He's आगे बढ़ेगा अभी देखना, and then he just bold it ending. But yeah, maybe वो क्या crowd है वो तो कुछ ज़्यादा वो है. But yeah,
अभी तो आपको like end of the day यही होगा, right? Like series में एक हारेंगे एक जीतेंगे. You have to criticize the team that lost. You have to praise the team. But eventually, that's what's going to happen. But yeah, like if you ask me, same thing. I have the same opinion as you that when you're in a good position, you need to capitalize with it because you got into those positions. But again, like if I just like take the
excellent. वाइजैक में हो गया, उसके बाद आप you come to राजकोट, उसके बाद आप रांची को आए. कहीं ना कहीं आप सीखते throughout the series for learning. But यहाँ पे कोई learning दिख रही नहीं इंग्लैंड के साथ. Like it's the same repeat every time. Yes, the situation probably you can flip it a bit here and there. But उसके बाद वही है कि बैटिंग पे ही आके हो रहा है. Batting में ही हो रहा है.
But if I look at it in particular today, let's see today, right? Zach Crawley, crazy delivery. Joe Root, you can say maybe could have done better. Bairstow, technical issue over there. and that again because spin in India is
Yeah,
challenging and we don't have
yeah.
proper technical issue. Ben Stokes, very good delivery again. आपका जो Pope got set up,
फोक्स का
right?
बेचारा हो गया, फोक्स वाला
Yeah, so
unlucky.
like if you see, they didn't really throw their wickets. अगर आप देख रहे, it's actually very good bowling. Yes, I understand. Like you can turn around the narrative if you really want to be in an argument and say, no, they're throwing it away. But if you just look at it wicket by wicket dismissal, they just got set up brilliantly.
Like I had an overview of a test series देख लो आप, like there it's just like I mean I'm happy India won, I'm very happy India won, don't get me wrong, but as an opposition you're coming and you're saying कि ये style of cricket हमारा ऐसा है, and you're also doing it to an extent, just don't overtly just to show people. I think I mean कि मैं baseball खेलूंगा और ये करूंगा,
But
बहुत
that's what I'm saying
थोड़ा
now. If
वो
you
है.
look at the dismissals, apart from one guy stepped out or whatever, they've been caught on the crease. They're not. It's not like he's playing a. Yes, there have been dismissals, but not every dismissal has been like that. I would
Not
say
every, I mean yes 100% bowlers भी जो
so
level के.
that's why it's a balance of yes, they threw it away, but also they've got deceived. They just got
Yeah.
beaten by a better team.
Like
Because
a 200 lead after a 200 start वो तो मिला था उधर थर्ड या keep forgetting third या fourth टेस्ट में जो बेंटर किट मारा, I think third था. उसके बाद से आपका ऐसा ग्राफ नीचे उतरा, and then that's what it is, you need to get confidence from
same
those things,
thing.
but it's just like
So also they're in that condition now. You see, a lot of these players were in the last tour. Same thing happened on the last tour. They played that way, and the same result came. So they played a different way this time. The same result came. So that's why I keep emphasizing that it is very difficult in India, because you had two different techniques, two different types of play. And if you remember in Ahmedabad in the 2021, Joe Root was picking up five first, Jack Leach was picking up five first. It was if it wasn't for the skill of Rishabh Pant, his brilliance, India might have lost another test match there. There would have been two down there and stuff. So there were moments in that series also where England could have made it 2-0, right, in that series, but they let it slip.
I mean to an extent yes, Leach's injury really took them apart of the like
No,
अच्छा
even in
खासा.
that series, when
No,
Leach was
इसलिए
there,
मैं
Joe
बोल रहा
Root
हूँ
was
like
there.
Leach, हाँ
They had,
हाँ
Joe Root over there. They had all these guys, Stokes, everyone was present, and they still lost after winning the first game and being in good positions. So that's what I'm saying. It's happened before. It's not like it's happened the same time. And you can say, yeah, they haven't learned from it, this and that, but they just applied two different styles and got beaten by a better team.
Yeah, but like okay, learning is the main part, and like I mean, I think a lot of people might be coming down with them after this about the Abu Dhabi trips and stuff. But I don't think that really makes a big difference. I mean, they won the first test after that only, so it doesn't really make a major difference. कि आप India में एक महीना practice करो या नहीं. But yeah, a lot to look at for England, because the way they're losing matches after coming in certain seasons. चलो India का ही छोड़ दो, even in England, Australia के against में, so at home also they've lost. So it's like they need to
Yeah.
really focus on that last bit of finishing it off kind of thing. Rupam bhai is very confident that India will win the 2024 World Cup. उन्होंने क्या की परसेंटेज डाल दिए हैं. बॉर्डर गवास्कर जीत गए, आईसीसी चैंपियन ट्रॉफी 2025 में जीत जाएंगे, वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियन, वर्ल्ड कप का नहीं लिखे उन्होंने, लेकिन एशिया कप लिख दिए, वो सब लिख दिए.
देखो अभी 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 यही तो प्रॉब्लम है, राइट. अब क्या होगा, WTC फाइनल इंग्लैंड में रहेगा, कंडीशंस अलग रहेंगे, आईपीएल खेल के आएंगे, फिर आप बोलेंगे भाई इंग्लैंड में क्यों है, इंडिया में क्यों नहीं है. आप जब न्यूट्रल वेन्यू में रखते हैं, यू डू सफर. व्हेन यू प्ले अवे फ्रॉम इंडिया, यू डू सफर. भाई अब तक तो आप इंडिया में भी हार गए थे लाइक वर्ल्ड कप, तो लाइक सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू द बिग टूर्नामेंट्स, बिग थिंग, दैट्स वेयर they have to try to break this voodoo and like take it the extra mile, because मसला तो वही है कि आप ये सब जीत रहे, आप और यही लोगों को जो हम लोग आज तारीफ करें, we're going to criticize them in a semi-final, final. I guarantee you this happened so many times in the last 10 years. It'll happen again if India don't win. We're going to say बुला लो इंग्लैंड को घर पे, बुला लो उन लोगों को घर पे. So while you have to win these series, and like this was you have to like clap your hands for the way India performed.
Yeah,
When,
100%.
Tournaments, that is the question will come, and all this criticism that you're doing about England, I'm doing about England, it's all going to shift to India, and if India lose the semi-finals or finals in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah, and if they come again to a WTC final and lose it, so that'll be 3 in a row, so that'll be much worse. But yeah, I mean, overall, India to completely for Zabardast momentum में दिख रहे हैं. Yashasvi Jaiswal again, he's growing in confidence. Good to see Devdutt Patel getting his opportunity today. Debut मिल गया उसको, and I mean, yeah, Rajat Patidar was supposed to play till last night, but apparently Subhe they took a call and wanted to play Padikkal. So yeah, lucky for him. And कुलदीप तो यार आज तो पूरा पूरों को निकाल के रख दिया. It's just been insane from them. ऑस्ट्रेलिया न्यूजीलैंड का भी I think second test आज से है, like today in the night.
Yes, yes,
That's
5 घंटे
yeah,
में.
yeah,
So your
fun.
thoughts on Ashwin?
Yeah, I mean
100 match.
fantastic. Yeah, yeah, 100 matches. It looks like he's played 200, 300 honestly, but yeah, I mean इतने साल से उसको देख रहे हो, इतने हर फॉर्मेट में देखते देखते ऐसा लग रहा है कि भाई it would have been more, but yes, 100 matches, the milestone, number of countries में wickets in almost every country is taken up a wicket and 500 wicket plus अब जो बैट्समैन की भी ability बढ़ गई है उनकी 3,500 रन उनके टेस्ट करियर में, तो yeah, I mean good moment for him. uh, and two milestones in one series, 500 wickets plus this 100 match milestone as well. So yeah, fantastic. And वही है ना, he keeps learning. That's the best thing about him. He said how like the interview. I don't know if you saw his interview जो BCCI वाले डाले थे कल, where he's like, if I love something, how will I stop loving it and learning from it? So yeah, I mean that just shows you कि भाई passion follow करो, effort डालो, and you let people say whatever you want just for their thing. You're not going to give it up and stuff like that. So I mean,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's just that, like, I feel that if he just develops that extra mile in overseas conditions, then he would be like one of the greatest ever. Like, that's
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
reason I put Lion on top of him is because Lion, like any conditions you see on New Zealand, Panjale liya hone, yahan pe anywhere he'll take wickets. Where Ashwin, I feel that he's let India down or himself down more than India in conditions like, you would say अरे WTC में उसको खिलाए नहीं, मगर जब खिलाए उसको साउथ अफ्रीका में पहला टेस्ट हार गए थे उससे पहले, it doesn't mean they lost because of him, but I just would like to see a
I mean, the wicket taking ability जो है उसकी और जो बता रहा अभी इंडिया में, he should be probably not
no doubt
exactly
he's a
100,
great
not pound for pound I would say, but at least like 30, 40, 60%. So that Ashwin should be there in Sena
yeah.
country.
One, what I like about him the most, his passion for the game and his knowledge about the game is more than anybody. I think this guy will be the best commentator. He has a YouTube channel right now, and it's not just about India this and that. He talks about B grade
Technical,
cricket, C
yeah.
grade. He'll tell you Tamil Nadu में एक बच्चा स्कूल में है, उन्हें कितना उसका एवरेज निकाल के देता है आपको. He has knowledge 10 times more than me, more than you, more than like the next person.
Yeah,
And
even the experts that are there since years.
and he's a player of India, so like he is humble in that sense, and he just loves the game. He sits वहाँ पे रणजी ट्रॉफी में, उन्हें जाके फुटस्टेप्स पे जो स्टेप्स रहते स्टेडियम में, वहाँ बैठ के उन्हें रणजी ट्रॉफी देखता. He can sit wherever he likes, but he chooses to sit on, like, in the normal stands and like view. Then he talks about it, and he has an incredible reading of the game. It's just that overall, because not everybody has that. You can't be the greatest of all time. Only there's a few who can have the title. But it's just that if he had any regret, it would be like winning more series abroad, yeah, like, and more contributions abroad. But overall, he's a sensational find for
Yeah, and
India.
I think you'll see it. He'll probably turn into a bowling coach very easily, right? Like he has it in him to be a coach.
Yeah,
He has
man,
it.
he can turn into anything. He can be a sportcaster, he can be a commentator, he can be a coach, he can be anything. Like whatever he wants, the game, it's like at his feet, because of the knowledge that he has is incredible, and he's always willing to learn. Why हम लोग बोलते अरे कौन देख रहा है ये match, forget it. He'll watch any cricket game. Like I guarantee you, I've seen posts from him where I didn't even know that this game existed, that there's a game like this going on. Whether
I mean, in the middle of the store only, he went and did the auction for Tamil Nadu Premier League, right?
Yeah,
That's how much he loves cricket. I don't know. उधर से break लिया to go to cricket. It's not like you take a break and go to Dubai. You take a break and you go to the auction of Tamil Nadu Premier League, right?
like that. वैसा तो नहीं. My favorite Ashwin moment will always be the
Bihari
Sydney
and
test.
Jaspal. Yeah,
The
Bihari
Sydney,
and
that will be crazy because I was watching the game. The stump mic was on. It was like 2 a.m. where I was, and I heard Tim
how many
Payne
IPL
say,
teams? How many IPL teams there or something?
he said, no, Tim Payne said, I can't wait to get you to the Gabba. And then he replies, I can't wait to get you back to Chennai. And then he battled it. Bro, he had like, what was it, a sore thigh or hamstring or something like that. He was like on 1 foot or something and playing with Vihari. They were taking body blows and everything. It was.
He also said something about IPL, like how many IPL teams approached you after you went to their door or something. वैसा बोला तो फिर bowler आके बोलता है.
That also he said, but like I will never forget that. I'll take you. I can't wait to get you to the Gabba. That was for me the iconic line. Like that was also said. There was a lot of banter going on that
Like
time.
your
So-
guy, उन्हें bowler हुआ, your guy भाई मैं क्या करूँ बोल के उन्हें बोलता
yeah,
था.
and then he like and then he batted under pressure. That kept
But then
India.
you see the respect Tim Payne gave him after he won it or whatever. It's like crazy. Him and Vihari
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. Like, and he started off. If you remember, for Tamil Nadu as an opening batsman, and then he turned into a bowler. But still, like he came out with, for me, I'll never forget that period. Ki bhai उन्हें जो Sydney में करा था, that was incredible, and he bowled well in that series. Like arguably, the way he set up Smith and Labuschagne with those leg side fields, there was a leg slip implemented. Rahane was fielding over there. There was, a short backward square leg, like a short square leg there, short mid wicket. And he said also in that interview that you were talking about that, after my family, I have to thank Pujara for leg slip, Rahane for slip, and Kohli for short mid wicket. They've got me those wickets, like with their catches and stuff. So he appreciates that. And
Yeah.
maybe like limited.
Also,
He's not our favorite in limited overs. We say bhai nakko Ashwin nakko, but
no, but he actually had a decent IPL last year. Around he was decent enough. But yeah, I mean, in Test cricket, he's
no, that is true. But like now in the T20 World Cup, would you take him?
no. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like he has
But he
decent
does come in.
matches,
He
but
will
not
come
as
in.
consistent as he is in the Test department.
And then Mankade he did against Josh Butler. I mean, that caused a lot of. It actually got the IPL back into like the news and everything that time.
Also the moment today between him and Kuldeep was giving him the ball as it was a 100 Test, and then he just threw it back.
Kept passing it back, and then he held him and gave him the ball and told him, "You have to."
Then Siraj came in the middle. Siraj like never rakho.
This is a problem with Hyderabad is we get involved everywhere. No, Bichara Siraj was also like, I'm sure everyone was very happy for the moment, like in that sense, it was a great moment, right? Like, and also very nice of Kuldeep to give him the ball and stuff. This 100 Test match and everything.
It would have been funny if Ashwin got the fiver as well. Like if let's say Jadeja didn't get a wicket and Ashwin
there's no. Yeah, I mean, of course, then they would have forced him, but because it was a 5-4, he said no, you have to lead it. Like it's a nice kind of thing. But hopefully, and that's now he's passing out the baton in that sense, right? Like what Ashwin is 36, 37, Kuldeep Yadav is 29. Now the next 5-6 years in Indian cricket, it's going to be Kuldeep Yadav who's going to be the frontline spinner. So he'll have to take it to that level, and then he passes it on to someone. So it's gone from like Kumble to Harbhajan to Ashwin to Kuldeep in our era.
Yeah, what about Rohit Sharma's batting? Kya shots.
Rohit Sharma is world class, man. I've always maintained this that he is my favorite batsman to watch live in the stadium. He's not my favorite player,
but I think recently now everybody's trying to. Now if you look at the Instagram and stuff, now everybody's trying to appreciate Rohit Sharma, right? I obviously stump Mike Pay and whatever he's saying, but now they're actually like looking. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people love him as a batsman, but IPL ka thoda bahut, bias है, but aside of that, अब जो रोहित शर्मा के अब देखो short selection.
You know what he's improved? What he's improved in this series is concentration.
Yeah,
bro, Rohit Sharma, the only people only get frustrated with him because he throws away his wicket. अगर आप उसकी batting देखो in isolation, he has 10 times more shots than Kohli as well.
Yeah.
Like
Kohli said it himself. Kohli told himself.
Yeah, and he has extra time than Kohli. Kohli's also mentioned it. Yeah, he has like extra. Bro, he is the most talented batsman in the modern era, like that we've seen in the last 10 years. He's the most talented. You would say
शाहीन शाह अफरीदी से पूछे थे कि भाई आप किससे डरते सबसे ज्यादा? He said रोहित शर्मा से बहुत डर में आता है. Like the full shot he hit him in the Asia Cup, he's like I fear him. He comes in my sleep.
I would only say like AB de Villiers has more short range or whatever, but Rohit Sharma, the timing that he has, the natural talent he possesses is next to none. So again, we saw a masterclass today, and like whatever I can say is less about
the sixer that he hit one pull and then like
because easily this narrative, like how we are criticizing England, right? This narrative would have exploded on Rohit Sharma's face, not on anybody else except for him. भाई उसकी लेते थे भाई इन्हें क्या कर रहा है इसका पहले तो उसकी बॉडी शेमिंग होती थी उसके बाद उसकी कप्तानी की क्रिटिसिज्म होती थी फिर उसको बोलते रिटायर हो जाओ दिस इज मैं गारंटी से बोल रहा हूँ कि यही होता था but because he's won this series he's bought some extra time now for that T20 World Cup and I'm sure everyone will back him going into that World Cup
and I think the funniest thing is that he knows that right like if you remember again World Cup को लेके जा रहा हूँ मैं just this semi-final या लास्ट श्रीलंका के ग्रुप स्टेजेस के बाद का इंटरव्यू था ये जहाँ पे उन्होंने बोले कि one bad match and I'll be the worst captain in India so he knows this right तो उनको as a captain as a player उन्होंने इतना देख लिया लाइफ में that he knows कि भाई चढ़ाने के टाइम सब चढ़ाते एक सेकंड नहीं लगता एक मोमेंट नहीं लगता जहाँ पे अब आगे अभी सब अच्छा है everything is thing and like everybody appreciating him but the minute T20 World Cup final या semi final आया और कुछ खुदा ना
Yeah,
खास्ता हो गया, then we'll
because
all be there.
him and Virat Kohli have, as captain, they've not won us a title, so
Yeah,
that is still going to be missing. अब कुछ
yeah,
भी करो, look, now you tell me, compare Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. For me, they're very similar but very different
similar.
at the same time.
Yeah,
Different in terms of, like, maybe tactics wise and team selection, but very similar in terms of they do have like, good strategies and everything like that. They know how to lead from the front. They don't let captaincy burden their individual performance. But one thing they both have in common, they haven't lifted a trophy as captain. So, or even as player in the last like 10
I
years,
think
right? The
Rohit
last,
Sharma came closer. Bichara, I think Rohit Sharma came much closer.
no, Virat Kohli came as close in the Champions Trophy. He was in the final too. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
he still lost that. I'm just talking about ICC trophies, like in general. Like, doesn't have to be 50 over World Cup. Anything. They both
yeah,
come as close. They've come
yeah.
very close, touching distance, but they both
And
failed
also
in.
WTC for Virat. Yeah, yeah.
And for Rohit
And there
Sharma.
Rohit
Both.
Sharma. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they both have had it. Like, so it's very similar in that sense. But
Yeah.
what is missing for both of them is a big, even as a player, agar aap dekh lo, now Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli going away, like Rohit Sharma has won T20 World Cup and a Champions Trophy. Virat Kohli has won a 50 over World Cup and 50 over World Cup and
A
was
Champions
what is
Trophy. Champions
and
Trophy.
Champions Trophy as well. Yeah. So they both won the same Champions Trophy, and one is 150 over, one is 1 T20. But aap mere ko bolo, in this reign, and this is the beginning of the career. But since
Yeah.
they've got that leadership role, the main players, they've been the stars, they haven't really won anything. And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
100%.
so
That's what
who's going
probably
to
eating them out more, right? And that's what I
right.
think.
That's why they said that
Virat,
अमेरिका में
Virat,
अपना करा दो, अमेरिका वेस्ट इंडीज में वर्ल्ड कप पे अपना नाम लिखा दो, हम लोग लास्ट थ्रो ऑफ द डाइस है. If they don't win, they don't win, but they're going to try their best. I think it's going to be the last roll of the dice, because after this, Rohit Sharma is going to be what, 37 in April,
yeah, he's
right?
only going to look to play Test cricket, man, at the end of it, or one day in Test
What does
cricket.
he have, more maximum 2 years maybe, not more
Yeah,
than that.
yeah. I
So
mean,
like
injuries agar nahi hai to.
2025, I think 2025 he retires. Virat Kohli 2026, 2027 if you're pushing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, end of era for him, bilkul. And I mean, yes, definitely have been amazing, cricketers for India, and obviously what they bring, the filling the stadiums and stuff. They're probably last of the stars, bolte अपन जो अभी तो थोड़े बन रहे in the process है, like Jaiswal and Shubman, so it'll take time for them. But like Virat, Rohit, एक साथ जब निकलते हैं, it's different vibe, different feel, and अब वो era खत्म होने पे आ रहा है, and hopefully you finish off at the highest, and almost you reach there again. Australia, credit to them on that day. अब देखना 2024 T20 World Cup. Hopefully that's, like you said, the last roll of the dice, and hopefully you get your double sixes there.
yeah, together, I think this might be the last ICC tournament. We're pushing the Champions Trophy. Maybe it could be, but
No,
I'm
I don't
guessing.
think Rohit Sharma, the guy, I think he'll just like say khalas, like now, no, because like
Yeah.
Champions Trophy again, like, oh, that's too far fetched. And again, वहाँ पे पहले Champions Trophy होना, you know how it is going to be around that time. They're going to probably be again shift and this and that. So I will have to see what happens.
Yeah, and it's also going to be a good year, so yeah, it'll be difficult. Probably, and the thing is with IPL, they'll have to play that as their last game. I think with the way it's going, IPL will probably be the last game in cricket. Like Dhoni, right? He's finished everything except for IPL. I think it'll be the same for these guys. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming.
Mhm. Yeah, but now like after this, what 2-3 days में अगर ये match हो गया, day 3 तक, day 4 तक, and then all eyes on the IPL. It's back to orange, yellow, blue, pink, and those colors, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting. Hopefully, I'm hoping there's going to be more drama in the IPL. Like थोड़ा और कुछ होना.
Yeah, last two IPLs they've been a bit soft in my opinion. With since the 10-team thing has been introduced, I just feel that it's been
Too
there's
long.
some already been compromised and it's been a bit longer and stuff. But I hope I'm wrong this time. And honestly, we did see some crazy stuff last year, including 5-6s and everything. But I just hope we get to see higher quality games, and higher quality in the sense not quality, just closer games. It could be low quality but close games.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
yeah, there will be a lot of. I mean, the whole chatter will be IPL from Monday onwards. I think it will be all to do with the IPL and we're getting close now. It's that time, the carnival period. But one thing I want to praise England is the Barmy Army, man. These guys are filling stadiums, bro. Test cricket, they are one of the reasons Test cricket is surviving, and it's crazy, man. पूरा धर्मशाला में कल अगर आप देखें उन लोग का इवेंट था पब में, उसमें ग्राम स्वान भी आया था. He also came as a special guest. He talked, and then whatever they had their gathering, their party and everything. But today सुबह 7-8 बजे उन लोग full वहाँ पे थे ground पे. the amount of I know it's a holiday destination too, but just the dedication to Test cricket was really good to see,
Yeah,
because it's very,
yeah,
people say we don't have time, we don't have this, we don't have that. These guys don't show any excuse. They're backing the game. They do their parties, they do their work, whatever, but they're there from 9 to 5 at the ground, and they've dedicated their time.
yeah. I mean, yeah, 100%. Well, all them mostly were also on the ground. Like, unlike
There were so
Abhi,
many. There were
yeah,
so many families too. It wasn't just like single
yeah,
guys, or it was like there were families there, like together, and the men, women, the kids, everyone enjoying the cricket. And you could see the DJ was also on point today. He was
yeah,
playing all sorts of music, so he
yeah,
kept them. And normally you see that atmosphere in a T20 game, but
yeah,
Dharamshala was lit, man. It was really good.
yeah.
Both
I mean,
अच्छा था.
definitely. Yeah, पूरा weather भी अच्छा था. Again, like I said, the mountains and everything, perfect setting है वो जगह तो देखना. Imagine, hopefully, कभी ना कभी, hopefully, अगर धर्मशाला में फिर मैच वाच हुई है, good to go. But yeah, it's something else.
Yeah,
That's really
Dharamshala, Cape Town, Mount Maunganui, these ones are
Mangalore, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, picturesque grounds, man. You always want to go and see cricket over there.
Yeah,
Pakistan,
Lahore won their first, huh? Lahore won their first game yesterday against
yeah,
who was
they
it?
won against
Islamabad.
Islamabad. Islamabad is playing right now against Karachi. I think they're doing well right now, but yes. Oh shit, they're collapsing, man. 126 for 5, but they still need run a ball, so I think they can win this. Haider Ali is batting right now to Fahim Ashraf, but yeah, Lahore, Shaheen Shah, Afridi, and Saman Khan. Saman Khan bowled some good Yorkers yesterday. Finally, their bowling got their act together. And Shaheen with the bat yesterday was very effective. His partnership with Vanderdusen was very good too. I think Mumbai Indians also won the women's game today. There was a bit of that, and then I was watching that Afghanistan Ireland game. I just want to see what the update is there. Afghanistan made 310 right now. Ireland need 190 and 25 overs. That game is happening in Sharjah.
Gurbaz hit 100, no? Yeah, Gurbaz, I think, hit 100 back.
Yeah, Gurbaz, and then Zardan also got a 50. Shahidi got a 50. Nabi got 40 of 27. So that was also a decent game going on over
Yeah,
there.
अच्छा चल रहा. I mean, Afghanistan at least showing good more competition in the other formats as well. टेस्ट में तो बिल्कुल बेचारे अभी शुरू कर रहे, so they need more time. I think 2027 will be Kohli's last ball at the dice ball rate. Ibrahim Bahi thinks 2027. 3 साल और. I mean, again, it depends upon injuries, how his body is reacting. It looks like right now he's, like mashallah, he's fit and stuff. But yeah, I mean, over time, so maybe it's a big possibility because the way he maintained himself.
Yeah, I mean, Musbalak played when he was 42, 43. Sachin played till 40 odd. It just depends on how he takes care of his body. I mean, he might have to let go of one format, or at least a couple of formats, just to so that he can focus on. And with the IPL and stuff, it's a different kind of modern day cricket, right? There's a lot of domestic cricket. I mean, a lot of T20 leagues, and then you have your international cricket. And the way India का जो schedule है, भाई हर 2 दिन game रहता, तो like it becomes very intense. So he will have to skip series and stuff like that. Like, and he can do it. I don't think it's far fetched. I think 2027 is realistic. But for him and Rohit Sharma together to win a trophy, I'm thinking 95% this is the last
Yeah, I mean,
opportunity.
also the kids that are coming, right? Like Sarfaraz, Jurel, and all of these guys are pushing also. Like they're fighting for a spot. Like you look at them, they look hungry. They want to be in this Indian team. The people who are outside also, they want to get a chance. Like Patida, I'm pretty sure. So it's good. Like there's at least some competition within the team also that helps you to drive as well, right? I mean,
I
they
can
don't
only
need any.
confirm with you when these guys start score when they score enough.
Yeah, yeah,
I can
yeah,
confirm with. Like Shubman Gill, man, मैं उसको क्यों इतना back करता हूँ? Because he's shown me away from home. Rahul को मैं क्यों back करता हूँ? Because he's shown me away from home. These guys, when they start doing away from home, then yes, they are knocking on the door. Then they are the next real thing.
yeah.
Virat Kohli, how did he come into the limelight? He scored back-to-back hundreds in Australia, right? When
Australia,
Sachin was
yeah.
there, and then that's why we said, okay, when Sachin retires, it's okay. We have Virat Kohli over there. Right now, of course, there will be, man. India में इतना talent है, कोई ना कोई तो they will take their spot. But who will that person be is yet to be confirmed. It could
I
be
mean,
anyone.
again, अभी तो ये साल तो ज़्यादा टेस्ट मैच नहीं है, दिसंबर में देखना पड़ेगा. But yeah, at least like again the whole process of the BCCI, everything is slowly shifting in a more structured way. Hopefully that sustains and hopefully वो चलते जाना वो क्या बोलते हैं
बिल्कुल
fluidity in the process. ऐसा नहीं कि भाई एक खाली बोलने को बोल दिए, अभी आप implement करें तो इसको चलाओ and फिर at least we hopefully get the process going जहाँ पे players regularity में आ रहे, regularity में जा रहे and there's a good transition.
Yeah, I think with India, you'll always have good performances. You'll always have because of the talent and the talent pool and everything. It's just that trying to cross that line, that final hurdle. Apart from that, look, they've had stupid rules in the past, but they've still managed to make finals, semifinals. They've managed to win games, series. But yeah, if they want to be the best of the best, they have to get through that final hurdle.
यप आई मीन या अब देखना पड़ेगा डे 2 में क्या होगा इंडिया बैटिंग किस तरीके से करे इट लुक्स लाइक दे गोना आराम
The
से मार
only
दे
hope England have is that if India collapse like they do, otherwise it's game over.
yeah and they look pretty set like Rohit Sharma right now just Shubman Gill also the way they've been batting
सुबह
and
में they'll have to utilize the conditions. थोड़ा moisture रहेगा, it'll be cold and everything. If the ball nips around a bit, that's their time to attack. If they can get India 150 for 4-5, trigger a collapse, then they're in it.
something is
Otherwise,
yeah.
India take a lead of like 100 plus, then it's almost game over. I said this in Hyderabad also, but like more with this again, that was like a once in a blue moon kind of situation. So I think if India get like anything 150 plus lead, they'll win this test match.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, India. So now they're also relaxed mentally that they have no pressure of winning because they have already done that. But yeah, WTC के लिए and for the points, it's important that they win and finish it off.
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इसलिए तो खेल रहे हैं इन लोग मैं कल
Uh,
कैलकुलेट कर रहा था इफ दे लूज दिस टेस्ट मैच इट causes problems in qualification because it keeps New Zealand
next,
in the mix, it keeps England in the mix, South Africa in the mix. So it's a very important game in the context of the WTC. So India really have to win this test match. Like if they're looking at the WTC, even though it's far away, but still they'll
yeah,
have to win this test match.
yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, that's why, like you said, they're playing and बुमराह ये लोग अभी खेल रहे हैं तो कुछ ना कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. But अभी जहाँ पे है right now अच्छे strategy. South
बिल्कुल.
Africa test coach said going forward with all players available, he's looking at least at a test 11 of Markram, Dizorzi, Pavuma, Stubbs, Beddingham, Vereng, Rickleton, Mulder, Jansen, Maharaj, Rabada. Yeah, that's a strong team right there, man. And they need to just get a little bit more time to play with each other. And yeah, that looks like a fantastic 11. अगर ऐसा निकला तो बट अगेन इंजरी थे वो लगते हुए पहले तो नॉर्थ के सबसे पहले आना हम लोग के लिए तब जाके थोड़ा सुकून में आया था.
बिल्कुल.
Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps things up for today. Day one, fantastic Kuldeep bhai, fantastic Ashwin, 100 matches, beautiful batting display from Jaiswal and Sharma, and again England in the same position that we've seen them time and again in the last four Test matches. Not the first time because Hyderabad they were roaring, but उसके बाद से जरा ठंडे हो गए.
Yeah, and I agree with that. We'll catch
But
you
yeah,
tomorrow for day 2.
yeah, yeah. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. जब तक के see you all and take care and have a nice night. Good night, everybody.